welcome back to Better Than Yesterday. You've probably clicked on this video today because you want to learn on how to build up your confidence. This might have been something that you've struggled with in the past while. So this is a skill that is really important, and you see in a lot of successful people with the way they carry themselves and take on opportunities. So well done for clicking on this video today and taking the first step to becoming a more confident person and just being yourself.
Amen. Yeah, so Daniel and I are the kind of people that also used to struggle with the same thing. I think a lot of young people struggle with building up their confidence, and the thing is, it's something that you do have to build up. So yeah, we just want to share some of the tips and some of the advice that we've learned on the past few years where we did go on this journey of building ourselves up into the people that we really are today, that are able to just walk around with confidence and be the people that we really are.
Yeah, so when it comes to confidence, it's not something that you just gain naturally. You have to build up different experiences so that you start making yourself more valuable and that you feel that you have more value. And that is essentially what brings the confidence. Because if you have a confidence and a big ego before you've accomplished a certain amount of things, then it doesn't really, it should be fake. It's something that you just put on like a certain mask, and within yourself you won't really have that feeling of confidence. It will just be an act. So yeah, when building up confidence, it's something that comes out of, for me personally, it came out of reading more and gaining knowledge, because when I gained this knowledge, I had something valuable to say. When I was talking to people, I had something to add to the table, and that's initially what made me be able to go up to people and start conversations, because I knew that I'd have a certain amount of information.
It's really good, man. Yeah, I remember for myself, confidence was one of those things that, again, it has to be built on, you have to have a previous experience almost of doing this thing that you can think back to the last time it happened, and that's what allows you to be more confident. So I remember I used to just struggle with being able to go up to people and speak to them,
Yeah.
If I didn't know someone, I couldn't do that, if it was a situation like that. So then I just started to challenge myself to start doing that, to just go up to people that I didn't know and just insert myself in there, make a conversation. And the more I started to do that, I would think back to the last time it happened, and it was like, hey, that was actually a cool experience. Like, I made a friend from that, or maybe even it didn't go so well, but there's nothing that really that bad can happen from just going up to someone and speaking and being confident and being yourself. When you are yourself, people usually gravitate towards you because you are providing that value and you're not scared like most people are. So yeah, you just have to actually go out there, start taking action, hey man, on doing these things and just becoming more confident and not being so within yourself as a person.
Yeah, and to add to that, it also relates to building a relationship with yourself. And usually when you're feeling insecure and you've got a lack of confidence, this is because you might be very critique towards yourself. You don't have positive things that you say. So then again, it comes where you have to look internally, look at what you've achieved, look at the good things that you've done, and start building off of those positive experiences. Start talking to yourself in a loving way, building that self-love. It is also an important factor that comes with this. And then there's certain daily things that you can do, either by just being a bit more productive, going to do something in the yard rather than just lying down and doing nothing, because obviously you won't feel better for doing nothing. So you have to do something, and that is going to add up to just feeling more yourself and just doing your own thing. And also just being authentic, even if some people might not like the certain part of you, just still being it, because then you will find the right sort of friends, and when you do find that, you can always be confident around them.
It's true, man. You can't, you also you can't think that you're going to be interesting in conversation if you don't have an interesting life.
Exactly.
That's also one thing I find. Sometimes I used to just sit at home and watch YouTube and play video games, but that's not an interesting life. So if you go out there and start to have an interesting life, if you pick up a hobby like going hiking, these are things that you can bring up in conversation, and people find it interesting. So you have to go out there into the real world and start having an interesting life. And these are things that are going to bring value to conversation. People will start to gravitate more towards you. So, experiences are one of those things that you just have to go out and do in the real world. You can't do these things, like I said, from the inside of your room. You have to go out there and be able to do these kind of things in public, in the eye of the public, where other people can see you, when other people are watching. That's when it really counts, is can you go out and be yourself in those kind of situations. It's easy to do that when there's no cameras and there's no one watching, if it's just a blank username and you can say whatever you want. But can you actually go out and be that kind of person in the real world? That's what really counts.
Yeah, so to get into another point, you have to respect yourself first before you can have other people respect you. Obviously, because you're respecting yourself, you won't allow people to disrespect you, and you'll be able to stand up for yourself. And once you've got that respect, you'll be able to back yourself as well. When you've got this idea in your head and you have to do it in front of people, it's going to take a lot of courage. This is when that self-belief and self-backing comes in. For example, starting a business or just doing something out in public, and you're going to get feedback from others, but just pushing past that fear and being able to push that idea out, because if you don't do that, that's when you're gonna start breaking yourself down, and it is gonna cause a lack in belief because you didn't take that action.
So, you've been implementing a few of these things and you're starting to become a little bit more confident, you're starting to believe in yourself, back yourself, getting out there in the real world and having those experiences. And one of the results that comes with this is the fact that your body language changes. So you can clearly see when someone is not confident. They are just, someone that is sitting at the party all by themselves, maybe on their phone, unable to make eye contact with people. I mean, I gotta be honest, I was one of those people at some point, so I know what it's like. And oftentimes, they just struggle to make conversation with people. If someone does come up to them and approach them, the body language is all closed off. They are defensive, can't maintain eye contact. These are the kind of things that you can see with someone who's not confident. And it's not an attractive trait for any, whether it be in a friendship sense, whether it be in attracting, a partner. These kind of things, it's not the kind of body language that you want to be representing and showing out to the world. And that's why another reason why confidence is so important is just because other people will start to respect you more, like we said. And when they see that you're just more open with your body language and someone that is confident, they're just able to approach you in a better way.
Yeah, definitely. So that is something that you can start implementing like right now, where you just start like with your shoulders back and your head up, as Jordan Peterson says.
Yes.
And you can just start walking with that strut and just having the open body language, like you say.
So important.
Yeah, because when you have like an enclosed body language, you make yourself small. It's kind of like you don't want to get noticed, and people do notice that, like you having it actually makes a noise, having like trying to hide away and not to be seen. It kind of gives off a vibe, and people can definitely pick up on that. So body language is definitely an important thing, and you can start incorporating those things like we said, with your shoulders back and all of that.
It's something that I started implementing like a couple of years ago, and it's honestly changed like my social interactions so much, man. Just the fact that when I'm sitting down, oftentimes people will sit like this and they'll be on their phone, but it's so much different. Like if you see it, and you see another person that's sitting like this, that's just body language open, you don't have to be spreading everything, but you just are comfortable in your own skin, and
that's what it portrays.
Exactly. So so important, like you say, with the way you walk, even the way you're talking to people, maintaining that eye contact, like you say. Very important. People will start to respect you more, and when you start to see that social proof of these kind of things, you also feel more confident and feel happier about yourself, because you just have better interactions.
And then to get into another point, this is about keeping promises that you make to yourself. So let's say you're in the evening, you're just lying on bed and you're thinking, tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm going to go for a jog. You actually take that action and go for the jog, because that shows that you can believe and trust in yourself. Otherwise, if you don't pull through with jogging in the morning, you actually feel a bit bad and you'll feel guilty. That's going to make you cause there to be a lack of belief in yourself. And this can be with a lot of things. This can be tasks like, I'm going to make the bed every morning for this whole week, or I'm going to start drinking more water, or I'm going to eat less. It's just all these little things. And then once you build up that belief, it's like when you tell yourself you're going to do something and you're going to accomplish it, you actually go and do it, and nothing's going to stop you, because
Yeah.
Just because you've built up all those little things. So it starts small, but it gets better. So it's all about trying it. And even when you're failing to do certain of these things that we've talked about today, it's just going back and trying again and not giving up.
Yeah, no, it's so true, man. And like we've been saying all the time about how confidence is one of these things that you can build up. It's also one of these things that can quickly be broken down by bad experiences.
Definitely.
So yeah, if you're making those promises to yourself and you keep on not following through, even to other people, let's say you told that person you'd be there and do that thing for them, but then you didn't do it. That destroys your confidence a little bit. So yeah, you've got to almost view your confidence as this wall that you're building up, and you just got to keep on making it higher and higher, and try not to let these kind of things happen where it's going down. But yeah, man, one other point that we want to finish off on, man, which is actually very important, is the fact that you have to take some time and preparation and care into the way that you present yourself to the world.
Definitely.
I think one thing that we can all relate to is maybe when you've got like a fresh haircut or a new pair of new shoes on, you walk around with an extra bit of swagger because you're feeling confident and you are happy with the way that you're portraying yourself to the world. And you can't get a new haircut or a new pair of shoes every day, but one thing that you can do every day is just take care of yourself. Make sure you're clean, you smell nice. These kind of things make a big difference, man.
Definitely. It's something that I read is also they say that when you put in effort to dress better before going out into the world, you actually, after you've dressed up nicely, you do feel more confident than if you just put on any random piece of clothing that you get, because obviously you didn't put effort into that. So confidence definitely is something that comes with effort, and it, like we've mentioned earlier, it's all about taking that action, and putting in that work, because if you don't, then obviously it's not gonna come. And also another thing is, like you mentioned, it's confidence is something, as much as you can build it up easily, it can be broken down. And in your life, you'll have periods where you've just got a lot more confidence, and then sometimes you'll just feel less confident, and that's also a natural thing. It just comes and goes. But I think as you grow older, you'll learn how to maintain it and just keep that balance.
Amen, bro. Amen. Yeah, so we really hope that you guys have found some value from this video, that you've enjoyed it. Going on this little journey of building confidence up with us. And if you did enjoy it, then please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to this channel. This is a community that we started here at Better Than Yesterday, where we focused on all things self-improvement, holistic self-improvement in every aspect of your life, just being better than the person you were yesterday.
Thank you.
So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Alright, bye. Much love from Better Than Yesterday.